Hey guys, this is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up, it's your girl Sasha Banks, legit boss, and you're watching Going In Raw. You like that?
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife.
Marie.
And you are going in SmackDown Live.
This is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and you're watching Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
Yeah, welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson, available wherever fine podcasts are. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notify bell next to it if you're watching us on YouTube. And if you're listening to us in the audio realm, check out CastBox. It's a terrific podcast app. It's free for download to iOS and Android devices.
Yeah.
Subscribe to Going In Raw there. You hit the little subscribe button, and it helps us out quite a bit.
And leave a comment, please.
Leave a comment, please.
Please.
We're also on the Patreon at patreon.com/Steven Larson, ProWrestlingTees.com/Going In Raw, and FriendoMarket.com, our own merch store.
Correct.
We're in a lot of different places, Larson, but we're not here to talk about all that. We're here to talk about WWE SUMMERSLAM 2018. It's in the books.
Yeah.
What did you think about the show in a nutshell?
Well, if they had booked this strictly as a SmackDown show, I thought it'd be pretty good. Unfortunately, it was a co-branded deal, so apart from the Intercontinental title match, which was good, the Raw matches were pretty much entirely squash matches.
Kind of weird how there were two completely different
philosophies about how to approach their storylines. They gave the Intercontinental title match, which opened the main card, like 25 minutes. It felt like
the majority of Raw's time went to that match.
And then the rest of the combined Raw matches seemed to last 25 minutes.
Yeah.
It was strange.
Yeah.
Weird.
That was weird.
And the finish was, the main event, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, Universal title. Strowman kind of got involved, but not directly. And the finish, especially in comparison to the previous two matches, which were like video game matches with an abundance of finishers, ended with just one.
Yeah.
It was strange.
I was actually appreciative of that fact.
Oh, I was too, but in light of what had happened prior, it's like, what's so different now?
Oh, I don't care about that. See, I'd rather them correct the ship, and I'll forget about what you did in the past. I'd rather them just correct the ship.
Here's all I ask. If you're going to end it with one finisher, which I prefer, at least make the match that precedes the finish brutal. This lasted all about like 4 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, look, man. It's done. We were told, we weren't told. We read that Brock Lesnar was having a meeting with WWE brass prior to SummerSlam today. We can maybe extrapolate some things from this result. Oh yeah, go ahead. You have the time
Seth
breakdown
versus Dolph match, Intercontinental title, was 22 minutes. This is according to Wikipedia, right after the show.
Yeah.
So you have Braun versus Owens, which is just under 2 minutes, and then you have Finn versus Corbin, which is about 1.5 minutes. So that's 3.5 minutes, roughly, and then Rousey versus Bliss. 4 minutes, so that's 7.5 minutes.
Okay.
And the main event was just a little bit over 6. So that's 14 minutes. To be generous, 14 minutes.
Oh, my God.
For all the other Raw matches combined.
Oh, man.
And then you have the SmackDown matches. You have the SmackDown Women's title match, which was excellent. 15
Oh, yeah,
minutes.
it was really good. Yeah.
Joe versus AJ, almost 23 minutes.
Again, very good match.
Daniel Bryan versus Miz.
Again, very good match.
23.5 minutes.
SmackDown outperformed the shit out of Raw on this pay-per-view.
Yes.
Big time.
Heck yes.
Big time.
In terms of not only in terms of length of match, but also the quality of the match. The quality of every SmackDown match. I can't find. Like the Nakamura Jeff Hardy match.
It was a good match.
All right. It was fine.
It was a good match.
It was fine. Nothing wrong with it. But if I had to say which was the least of the SmackDown matches, it'd be that one. But that's still a pretty decent match.
That match is still better than every other. The worst SmackDown match is at least on par with the best Raw match. That's a problem when Raw is supposed to be your marquee show, your
I
show.
think it's only be the case till October 2019 when SmackDown is going to be on network Fox TV.
Yeah. Let's begin with the kickoff show.
That might change a few things.
Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega went over Rusev and Lana. I did not. Did you watch this match? Do we know if Aiden English got involved at all?
He tweeted something that said, "I did what I was told,"
Oh, so I guess he stayed backstage.
and they lost.
See? He should. Did he tweet afterwards? I told you so.
No,
it has nothing to do with me.
No, I did what I was told. Was what he tweeted afterwards.
Oh,
And
that's what he. Okay.
And I think that's tantamount to saying "I told you so."
Yeah. I thought he tweeted it before the match. I'm doing what I've been told.
It did, past tense.
Yeah. Watch what's gonna happen now.
Yeah.
I'm backstage and they're still gonna lose.
I didn't get a chance to watch it. I was setting up here, but I did read that Zelina Vega pinned Lana with a roll-up, feet on the ropes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there you go. El Idolo gets a win at SummerSlam. Wish he could have been higher on the card, but what are you going to do? Next up, cruiserweight action. Drew Gulak versus Cedric Alexander. They pretty much... you saw a lot of this match.
I saw the
didn't you?
entire match.
I'm going to go back and watch it again. How many minutes did this get?
A little bit over 10.
Okay.
But it was decent.
That's better than most of the Raw matches.
Yeah. All but one, yeah.
Yeah. And they made the most of it, huh?
They did. It was a decent match. Drew was being mighty physical with Cedric Alexander working over his head and neck area. But in the end, Cedric won with a roll-up. Every match on the pre-show ended with a roll-up.
That's not good. That's not good. That's not good.
So not really. I mean, I guess it's decisive because there's a pinfall, but not declarative, if you will.
Nah, man. Dude, look. You got a showcase for 205 Live. Drew Gulak. They had a Spanish Fly. I guess that's kind of the main thing that matters.
It was a cool sequence because it was roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up, ending in a roll up.
Okay.
So it wasn't just like a sneaky roll up.
So you're saying if they pile a bunch of roll-ups on top of each other,
if it's technically well done,
yeah,
the roll up sequence, then I don't mind it because it's gamesmanship at that point. It's part of the story of the match.
Yeah.
As opposed to, pull the fast one, got a sneaky win like this B team garbage I'm getting really sick of.
Yeah, I know. It's the worst. God, I hope that's not the end of Drew Gulak. You got this one right. I got this one wrong. I should have watched 205 Live before I called this one because this was fairly obvious. But I just really want Drew Gulak. I think that's my thing. I just really wanted Drew Gulak to win.
I like Drew a lot. He had some great tights.
Yeah, he did. They're like an American theme.
Cedric had new ring gear. It looked really good too.
Here's my thing about it. Drew, it makes sense for Drew to get that title way more than Lio Rush off of Cedric. Leo, dude, people are not going to boo Lio Rush. They're not going to do it. He's too fun to watch in the ring.
Yeah.
It'll kill Cedric's character if you have Lio Rush as the heel who takes it off Cedric because nobody will boo that.
How about this?
Nobody will be upset about that.
Double turn.
That'd be fun. I'd be okay with that. Cedric needs to be heel. Leo's going to be a face. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think Drew deserves it. I think he deserves it more than anybody else right now.
He's done well.
Yeah, more than Mustafa Ali. He does. No, he does. He does. Absolutely he does. Because here's the thing. Mustafa Ali and Cedric Alexander occupy such similar space. I think that Mustafa Ali I actually kind of prefer him over Cedric, but they occupy very similar space. Drew has endeavored to stand out more than anybody else. He deserved this.
More than Lio Rush.
Well, he just
Next,
got
B
here.
Team
He
versus
just got
Revival.
here. No, not more than Lio Rush. Yes, more than Lio Rush.
Are you sure about that? Next, B Team versus Revival. Again, how many times is B Team going to win a match accidentally? I'm tired of this. Revival dominated this entire match pretty much. They hit Shatter Machine basically right at the beginning.
I'm pretty sure you just hate B Team because they got a new theme song that you don't like.
It's terrible.
That you don't like.
See, here's the thing. If you're going to be a champion, I feel like you need to earn those titles at a certain point. And pretty much every match they've had of late has been like a fluky, accidental win.
That's kind of their thing.
I understand
They're
that.
the B Team, man.
I'm just not into it. I don't like their theme. I don't like the comedic nature of the act. I mean, I like them individually as talents. I like Bo. I like Curtis Axel. I'm not into what they're doing.
Can I take the flip side of this?
If you like.
I'm happy they're not the Miztourage anymore.
Yeah, me too. And their segment backstage with The Miz was very good.
But your central point, which if I may expand upon, this is a main event level team that is currently carrying the marquee tag titles on the marquee show. They're a main event level team, meaning the show main event. That's what they should be on, main event. They should not be carrying the Raw tag team titles. That division is a joke right now. And we were both hoping that the Revival would go over and get those titles and actually bring tag team wrestling back to the division. Ain't gonna happen because they just got a brand new theme. I should have pegged this one right because they just got a new theme song.
Yeah.
You and we've got. I have love for the Revival, man.
Mm-hmm. I thoroughly enjoy me some Revival.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as they hit that Shatter Machine, pretty much right at the beginning, I was like, oh gosh, they're losing.
Yeah.
They're losing. So at one point, ref is distracted. Scott Dawson has Curtis Axel in a roll up, like a 10 count.
Mm-hmm.
Ref doesn't see it. And then Bo Dallas gets pushed by Dash Wilder into the roll up, converting it into a roll up in Curtis Axel's favor. Ref says, oh, I'm going to pay attention now. 1, 2, 3, B team wins.
Yeah.
Just accidental stuff.
Yeah. At least they're getting treated better than Breezango were.
Yeah.
Because you're right. I like both these guys. They both deserve something big.
No, I agree with all that. I'm just not into it.
The approach they're taking isn't something that appeals
some people
to
might
you.
like it. That's fine, but I'm just not into it. At least Breezango, when they were winning, they were winning. Actually, I don't know if they ever won.
They were putting together scrappy victories.
I don't know if they were ever winning anything, though. They were getting over strictly on Fashion Files, which was great.
Didn't they win something to get a title opportunity?
Maybe that was accidental. Don't remember.
I don't remember, man. It's all just comedy stuff. WWE, yeah. Anyways, moving
I mean, you
on.
can book a comedy team to be, like seen as serious champions.
The New Day.
Yeah.
They're the they're the template. Why does nobody else follow the New Day's template?
I know.
Because here's the thing: the New Day combines the comedy stylings of like a Breezango or a B team, more of a B team, because at least Breezango are straight up just weird characters. B team are dudes who are comedic. New Day are dudes who are comedic.
They did some weird stuff too.
But they follow. But Breezango is weird.
I mean, pancakes. Where'd that come from?
Oh, you're talking about the New Day.
Yeah, they've done some weird stuff too.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Hilariously weird stuff.
Yeah,
They've
okay.
done some weird stuff too.
All right. But they're dudes who do weird stuff.
Yes.
All right.
They're not characters who do
Their
weird stuff.
take on comedy is
Yes,
more
I know what you mean.
surrealistic.
Yes. The New
Breezango
Day
are weird to wrap your head around.
The New Day are.
They really think they're fashion police?
The New Day are grounded characters who are surreal and occasionally do weird stuff, whereas Fashion Police are characters, over-the-top characters who do over-the-top weird stuff.
Like, what am I supposed to grab onto with them? And I love them, don't get me wrong.
The
I love
bizarre
them.
nature of Fashion Police.
What am I supposed to grab onto them?
It's just because they're bizarre and they're out there.
They kayfabe, they think they're cops? But fashion cops?
Police, yes.
Yeah, fashion police.
Anyways, we're getting way off track here.
They're the New Day is the template. Because here's the thing.
No, I agree.
They combine comedy with excellent tag team wrestling.
And when they need to get intense, they get intense.
Yeah, man.
They're not one-dimensional.
You see Big E swinging them hips during the intro. That was intense. He was into it.
So anyways, B Team retains.
It's all right, man. It's good. It's all
They're going to
good.
have those belts for a while because there's nobody on Raw unless someone gets brought over or brought up that's going to take those belts off them.
Probably right.
On to the main card. Show kicked off with Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler. Decent match. They gave it a ton of time, 22 minutes. It just started a little slow. Business started to pick up when Seth hit this inverted superplex that was insane and then rolled through for an inverted DDT. Usually does a standard superplex in the Falcon's Arrow. This time, inverted suplex into inverted DDT.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It was pretty awesome.
It picked up, and then Drew got involved a little bit. He distracted Seth at one point, tossed Dean into the ring steps. Dolph hits a zigzag. Seth kicks out. Dolph sets up for a super kick. Seth responds with his own super kick after what appears to be a distraction from Drew. And then Seth hits the stomp for the win. New Intercontinental Champion.
Infinity boot, yay or nay?
I mean, I prefer it was like all gold, but I get the reference, so that's fine.
It had the Infinity Stones on it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with yay.
Yeah, I still have not seen Infinity War, so if Seth has just seen it, I'm cool with that because I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, yeah. Well, no, it is dated.
Yeah, it's not the most topical thing. Although the whole Thanos thing seems to have legs. You know what I mean? It's like people are still referencing it months after the movie came out.
There's still who was it? Was it
well, Ciampa at one of the he had a shirt that had him as Thanos.
Yeah,
on
that
it
was
at
late.
One of the takeovers.
That was late.
The last takeover.
Because it was the last takeover. I was still late. No Way Jose had like 3 days ago when Austin Aries was bitching about his booking in the WWE.
Oh, yeah?
Against No Way Jose.
Yeah.
No Way Jose then tweeted a picture of Austin Aries being Thanos out of existence. No words or anything, which is great.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's super dated, and it's also really nerdy, which I think adds the charm for me because Seth is no longer like, oh, I'm badass guy.
Yeah.
He's just kind of nerd.
He's just cool dude.
He's just cool dude. Yeah, he's getting closer to chilled Seth than shield Seth. Like you, so I don't know, man. Yes, the back half of this match was really good. Mm-hmm. It was really good. They did some really, really cool stuff. If you give him 22 minutes, let him go for 17 of it. Don't fill out for 10 minutes. Fill out for three, and then.
Especially considering they've already had a series of matches.
It's weird. They book Dolph like that a lot. You notice that?
Yeah.
Like Nakamura versus Dolph.
He
same
seems to be
way.
a slow starter in matches.
But why?
I don't know.
He's extremely athletic.
I don't know.
That's weird.
Maybe it's just his approach to storytelling.
That could be.
I mean, I appreciate a match that's well paced. You don't want to, depending on the match, you don't want to start out already pedal to the metal.
Yeah.
You want to build.
Yeah.
So when the high spots happen, they have more impact. I understand that. That's like basic wrestling psychology. That's why the two prior Lesnar-Reigns matches didn't work for me because they started with infinite finishers and just started dropping F5s and spears on each other.
It's a lot more fun to play that as a video game than to watch it as a match.
Yeah, because there's no drama, no build. The finishers don't really mean anything.
Yeah.
At least in this, that stomp meant something. You knew when you hit that stomp, match over.
Dean Ambrose, no heel turn for him.
Yeah, I didn't think it would happen. I actually thought that something would happen so Seth didn't win the match, and not necessarily related to Dean doing something or not doing something, but just that added variable was enough to throw things out of rhythm, kind of, if that makes sense, to start the road for them to start feuding down the line.
Makes you wonder if they're going to do a Shield thing first. If they are going to, now that Roman's Universal Champion, Seth is Intercontinental Champion.
Now Dean has no belt. He's angry. He has no belt. Turns heel on him.
That was a terrible justification for turning heel. Yeah, I don't know. Should be fun though. I like having Dean back. They really do need to. If they don't decide to do a, boy, this could be really good. IC champion and Universal champion. They got to do a thing with the Shield, right? Mm-hmm. You'd think.
Dean was wearing his Shield vest.
Yeah. Somebody in the chat for the live stream said he looked like a returning Vietnam vet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He did a lot of. He
needs more patches.
He does. He was up in Drew's face a lot too. Every time Drew would make a move for the ring,
Dean would just sort of be there. He'd mosey up to him
and just
look up at him like, Dean, you don't want any part of that.
No.
That's Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, man.
He's a big, bad man.
He's huge.
Yeah. I'm bummed out they didn't take our... So apparently Tony Nese is a friend of the show.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
Tony Nese was on Instagram, and he did a picture with him and Buddy Murphy, and it says, a couple of body guys. We dubbed them the body guys.
That's what we call...
That's our thing.
That's what we call them.
That's our thing.
Body guys.
Body guys. Tony Nese for Hates Championship?
Yeah, oh no.
Yeah. Oh.
No.
Adam Mayhem. On. Deep down.
Adam Mayhem's
Deep
my
down.
guy. No, Adam Mayhem.
No, man.
Ichiban. You heard him say it. It's true.
Just because he said it, I mean it's true, man.
No, I believe in him. What was next? Oh yeah, Kevin Owens versus Braun Strowman. No, sorry, New Day versus Bludgeon Brothers. This was a really good match with a terrible finish.
Yeah, this was. Yes.
Or at least an unsatisfying finish. I guess in that sense, terrible.
Yeah, that was the thing about SmackDown. 2 DQ finishes. Unacceptable. It would have made the Samoa Joe AJ Styles finish, which I thought was totally fine, even more totally finer.
More impactful if 3 matches prior we hadn't had another DQ finish.
Yeah. So in this we have...
it was actually really competitive as opposed to most Bludgeon Brothers matches where they just dominate.
Spots here.
Oh yeah, New Day are
scary
awesome.
Spots too.
Pretty much halfway through, the Bludgeon Bros hit their finisher, and Xavier Woods comes in and breaks it up. That was before. No, that was after.
Xavier Woods did some crazy shit in this match.
Well, it was that Big E hit that Uranagi off the apron while Xavier Woods runs in and does the backbreaker type thing. They've done that before, but that was nuts.
That was nuts. Xavier Woods dropping an elbow drop.
Top rope elbow to the outside on Dude Harper.
To the floor, yeah. That was awesome.
Finish saw Xavier Woods climb up the ropes for up, up, down, down. Big E had Harper over his shoulder, ready to hit it. Eric Rowan knocks Xavier Woods off the top rope with his mallet hammer. So the New Day wins by DQ, and that's going to prolong this feud. But Bludgeon Brothers kind of beat up the New Day a bit with their fake Spirit Halloween store hammers.
Are we going to get New Day versus... So we had a fantastic New Day versus Usos Hell in a Cell, one of the best tag team matches I've ever seen last year. This, if they'd go New Day, Bludgeon Brothers in Hell in a Cell, it wouldn't be nearly as good. If they throw T-Bar in there.
I think if we're going to have a SmackDown Hell in a Cell match, I'd rather have AJ versus Samoa Joe.
Well, it doesn't have to be one. Yeah, me too, but it doesn't have to be just the one. It won't be just the one.
Well, usually it's two, but they'll probably have one per brand.
You think they're only going to do one per brand? Didn't like last year they do like a bunch of them?
No, I think they only did 2 Hell in a Cell matches last year.
What was that? What year was Roman versus Rusev? I feel like they
2
did
years
a
ago.
ton of them.
That was 3 that year. Because that was...
And that was only one brand. Yeah, New Day versus Bludgeon Brothers doesn't deserve to be in Hell in a Cell. But if you throw T-Bar in there, let's just fast forward to New Day versus T-Bar. I'd watch Hell in a Cell on that one.
No, that'd be fun.
T-Bar is just as good a tag team as Usos. That'd be fun. Probably not going to happen.
No, I don't think so either.
But I'd prefer to see that.
All right, next. Kevin Owens versus Braun Strowman. Now,
dude, what happened here? What happened here?
Well, what happened is that Braun was going to get involved in the main event, so they wanted a short match here to preserve him and make him look strong going into it, even though actually his involvement, such as it was in the main event, actually made him look fairly weak.
Yeah, I know. Kevin Owens, what the hell did he do? Hey, yeah, sure, I'll jump. I'll be thrown off a cage,
off a ladder,
through an announce table, off a cage, off a ladder, probably through something. This guy kills himself, wrecks himself for this business,
and he darn near killed himself this match too.
Yeah, what was it? A choke slam on the ramp?
Foot of the ramp, the metal part. Yeah,
that looked horrible. He looked out of it too.
Yeah,
it was probably just good selling. To be honest, it was probably good selling because he got he went in the ring and everything. Power slam, he's done. Man,
a minute and a half.
A minute and a half. No, I understand the logic of.
Sorry, almost 2 minutes.
I get the logic of Braun Strowman, needing to be fresh for his cash in. But, man.
Why not have that match go on first then?
Yeah. And on top of that, it's Braun Strowman. The guy can there's 2 things here. Number one, it's Braun Strowman. He can withstand a beating, still win, and go on and cash in the way he cashed in because you have 4 hours. You're right, if it goes on early. Number 2, it also, if this finish for the main event was obviously planned out, wouldn't you want him a little weaker in the first place so that he doesn't look so damn weak that like a couple of shots from Brock Lesnar with the Money in the Bank briefcase is enough to keep him out? This guy has gone through far worse than what Brock gave him today. And he was still out by the time Roman was holding that Universal
There's
title.
There's a long shot of the whole arena where Roman's holding up the belt.
So beat him up a little bit.
And in the background, you see Braun against the barricade still recuperating.
So have Kevin Owens, I know Kevin Owens, he's going to lose and everything, but have him beat him up a little bit.
Make it a decent 8-minute match.
Yeah.
8 minutes.
Have him beat him up a little bit so that when he comes out later, okay, there's a little bit more adjustment. Have him work over Braun's lower back or something, Something that Brock would then take advantage of during that beatdown on the main event, which would justify him being out for the Universal Championship cash-in.
Agreed.
Next up, Braun Strowman won with the power slam after he chokeslammed Kevin Owens on the ramp. Next up, we had, and there was none, this was pointed out as well, none of the drama with the whole DQ, any type of finish that saw Kevin Owens, his hand raised. No, he didn't have anybody come out and attack him to get Braun DQ'd,
he didn't
which is the easiest thing in the world.
I mean, he ran out of the ring several times. It made it seem like more he was trying to escape Braun as opposed to any sort of strategic play on getting Braun counted out.
This was just a lazy squash.
Yeah, it really was. Kevin Owens deserved better.
Like, did they spend 15 minutes today booking this Raw stuff?
It seems like it. It seems like everything was dependent on the meeting with Brock, and then once that happened, they had to rush book everything save for the Intercontinental title match. It's kind of what it seems like.
And the Ronda stuff.
Yeah. Next, an excellent SmackDown Women's match.
This is a contender for match of the night, man.
Yeah,
Boy,
Charlotte.
SmackDown had some good matches.
Yeah, Charlotte versus Becky Lynch versus Carmella. Both Charlotte and Becky Lynch are renowned and well respected for their wrestling abilities. Carmella's improved a lot, and she more than held her own.
I'm not going to say maybe, this is my favorite Carmella match I've ever seen. Number one, the funny thing was, and the testament to Carmella. So Charlotte comes out first, and she's Charlotte. She's got a great poker face, right? She's got this new pink gown and matching ring attire.
Robe and ring attire.
Looks, gown, robe. Looks $1 million. Becky Lynch comes out. Her face did not look.
It was a loose face.
That was like the definition of loose face, right? Carmella comes out as if she's just won Powerball.
Well, she comes out as if the match happened backstage, whereas the celebration is happening in front of the fans in the arena in the ring.
Exactly.
She's like already in celebration mode.
She's in celebration mode.
She has new gear.
It's like sort of Bret Hart homage, I'm guessing, because she had the visor glasses that he had, black and pink. Yeah, exactly. And so she looked great. She was celebrating in the ring before the match. She looked like $1 million. This was fantastic. So we kind of figured, oh man, Carmella's totally going over.
Oh yeah,
here.
We picked her to win anyways, but yeah,
totally.
Early on, there's a spot where Becky is sitting on the mat. Charlotte's out of the way. Carmella comes behind Becky and slaps the heck out of the back, like base of her skull, right here, back of her neck.
Then she does sort of an Eddie Guerrero type thing.
Yeah, she falls and sells and points at Charlotte, saying, "Charlotte hit you, not me."
Yeah,
and Becky's like, "What?"
And that gets Becky and Charlotte going at each other. And Charlotte's like, no, I don't believe her. And Becky's like, screw you, and blah, blah, blah. So they start going at it. So what we figured would be the case is basically what kicked off the match. Carmella would play Becky Lynch versus against Charlotte.
Take advantage of their tension and they pick up the win.
And for that length of the match, that was really, really well done. That was really good stuff.
Towards the end, at the end, there's a lot of great spots where Carmella's doling out super kicks and all sorts of stuff. It was great.
Yeah.
The finish saw Charlotte break up Becky, disarm her on Carmella with natural selection, then pins Becky for the win. So Carmella leaves. She's upset. She's walking up the ramp. It seems like she's crying. Charlotte and Becky in the middle of the ring, they embrace. And they're talking to each other, and Charlotte's covering her mouth like this while they're hugging.
Okay, now... Look, you're going to this is what is going to happen.
Like, she probably saying, I know what we talked about backstage, but go really be snug, Stiff. Really play this up.
Yeah, she's probably like, dude, I had some Oreos that I swear I left in the car. Did you get them? Did you get them out of the car?
If not, just act like I told you that I just accused you of stealing my Oreos because you're supposed to be really mad at me right now.
Don't tell me how to do my job, dude, okay? I know how to do my job. And I took the Oreos are fine.
I know, but you've never been a heel on the main roster, Becky, trust me.
Whoa!
Anyway, so they hug. They separate, hug again, and then Becky just lays out Charlotte.
Oh, and the crowd goes ape shit.
I think everybody knew it was going to happen.
Oh, and they were just waiting for it. It was great.
It was great. She holds up the title, throws it back down, goes to the ringside area, tosses Charlotte over the announce table. Crowd was chanting Becky. It was awesome.
Oh man, it was fantastic. So so we had Shinsuke's great heel turn at Mania. I think this one was better.
Oh yeah,
longer story, longer build. This was fantastic. Well, perfectly motivated.
Becky's motivations are completely understandable.
Absolutely,
she thinks she has after a year and a half of struggling to earn herself a title shot.
Yeah.
She has her opportunity. And granted, I mean, Charlotte had an opportunity placed in front of her to get a title shot as well in the same match. Charlotte's not going to say no, but at the same time, Becky's frustrated. Yeah. The motivations make sense. Makes total sense.
She wanted Carmella one-on-one. Charlotte shows up. Big leagues her. Rule number one about life, people. Don't big league, okay?
No.
Don't big league.
No.
So, yeah, the crowd ate it up.
It was great.
It was really good. Next up, we had Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles.
Here's a match kind of like the Intercontinental title match that started out slow, but instead of kind of feeling out in terms of holds, it was striking.
How long was this match?
Like
and
22.5 minutes.
Here's the thing. It wasn't. Yeah, it was
almost 23 minutes.
Oh, that's great. because this was a really good match. I mean, I guess I could have used a clean finish. I think my perception of the finish of this match, like I said, would have been different had we not just seen a DQ finish earlier on.
The context and the motivations for the DQ finish was completely different.
No, absolutely, it totally was. Samoa Joe.
In this case, it was still relatively satisfying.
Yeah, Samoa Joe kicked things off with a promo
because Wendy Styles, and one of the Styles children were sitting relatively ringside. So he says, "Hey, you're here.
I see you, Wendy Styles." Getting into a little throwback, little homage to their TNA days when they used to do wonky stuff like that.
I know this very
family
much
members and affairs and girlfriends.
Like a TNA storyline. But anyways, there was the feeling out process in this match was predominantly striking kicks to the legs,
and it was great.
Yeah, it was good.
It was really good,
and it built and built and built.
Snug too.
Yeah. Early on in the match when they were trading thigh kicks, I brought up the Uriah Faber Jose Aldo fight.
Yeah,
where Uriah Faber looked like he had a welt about that large forming on his thigh, and this was reminiscent of that, the number of leg kicks. And that just built from there. Yeah. They all hit their trademark moves, but it was, I don't know, stiff and intense. You could definitely tell they were disgusted with each other. And it worked really well. I mean, and then when AJ hit the Styles Clash and Joe kicks out.
Yeah, scary stuff. It's funny because our friend John Carl was on Twitter saying, can we just stop with the Styles Clash? How many people have to land on their faces before you do this? But Joe's a professional. Yeah. I think he knows what he's doing. It was just a very sudden one because usually he takes a second to and then the guy, if it's Cena, immediately he goes.
As soon as AJ gets the legs up, vertical. Yeah. Cena looks straight down.
Joe seemed like he was so into the match that he sort of wanted to take a moment to be woozy in that position and then do it. But AJ was like, oh, my God, you're heavy. I'm just going to drop you now.
Well, AJ said, so long as you don't tuck your chin, you're fine.
Yeah.
If you do nothing with your head, just keep it normal, you'll be fine.
Yeah, it's rough.
That's what he says.
But Joe's so big.
Yeah, I know.
So anyways, he kicked out of the Styles Clash. That was crazy. That was awesome. That was crazy. Joe then sinks in the coquina clutch. AJ eventually gets to the ropes after
he frees up a leg.
Passes out a bit. Oh, wakes up. Yeah, gets to the ropes.
And then the match goes outside. Joe throws AJ into the ring steps. AJ apparently gets busted open somewhere in there. During this, Joe gets on the announce table, grabs the mic, and directs this towards Wendy Styles.
Ooh, this is good.
This was good. He says, I told you that after I beat him, AJ was going to come home. He's not coming home. Joe says, I'll be your new daddy.
Ooh.
AJ comes to. Oh, he's mad.
Oh, he's pissed. He jumps up onto the announce table, full sprint.
Spears Joe through the barricade.
Oh, crowd starts chanting, who's your daddy?
AJ grabs a chair, starts destroying Joe with it. Joe wins by DQ.
Ding, ding.
But again, it's a disqualification that makes sense. It's motivated. It prolongs the feud and adds intensity to the feud.
Yeah.
So hopefully, Hell in a Cell, Joe and AJ Styles.
That'd be good. That'd be really good.
Be really good.
AJ left ringside with his family.
Yeah, he goes down to where his wife and kid was sitting, and he's talking to his wife, and his wife says, "Cut it out," and his daughter says, "Dad, you're bleeding."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because Seth got busted open too earlier.
Yeah, and he says, "I know, I'm sorry."
Yeah,
and then they walk off.
That was probably shoot. After that, we had a really bizarre Elias promo.
Yeah, what's the deal with this?
This was weird.
So we cut a good promo on New York City and Brooklyn. Saying the usual stuff. And
called him dirty.
And it says, I have written the greatest song, which is saying a lot because I write all great songs. And he's about to play, and the neck on his guitar just breaks.
And then he gets mad, throws it away, and then that's it. That's the end of the segment.
So on Raw, we're going to find out that Bobby Lashley gimmicked his guitar to break?
Is that going to be a thing?
Why didn't it just happen at the show then? Because it just seems weird.
It was awkward.
And I think he has some sort of promotional deal with Fender. It makes Fender look bad when their guitar just breaks.
It's just disintegrated. Yeah.
That's the first thing I thought of. At least I thought he had some sort of deal with Fender.
Already, I thought he did too. Well, maybe I just heard from you, who just heard it from a dream of some sort.
Let me look that up to make sure.
All right, fine. Claims.
Well, he claims. All right.
Claims
Fender is now sponsoring him.
See, that says Fender sponsors Elias, but who knows? That might just be from Elias.
Yeah, no.
So who knows?
Who knows? Anyways, it was just weird. It was just really weird.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to that song, to be honest with you.
Yeah, me too.
Next up, we had The Miz walking around backstage, Prior to his match with Daniel Bryan, he runs into his old Miztourage, the B team. He tries to give them some shit, and they give him some shit back. They say the B now stands for Bryan because we want him to win.
Daniel Bryan.
He said that they were going to come up with a new show because called
Reality show.
Total Fellas, but because we're the B team, we're going to call it.
No, because fellas is going to start with the B.
Right, yeah.
Total Bellas.
Yeah, Total Bellas.
Bellas.
Exactly. Next up, we had Miz versus Daniel Bryan.
Another excellent match.
Another excellent match.
Miz comes out strong, dropping some punches on Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan tries to get a punch off, denied. Eventually, he gets it off. Again, intense, physical.
Was this the most
snug.
physical match we've seen from The Miz?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
His chest was hamburger, man.
It was. Like Walter status.
Not quite Walter, but it
Not
was
PCO.
bleeding.
Not PCO Walter.
No. There was some blood on his chest, yeah, and he had a bruise on his elbow too. Yeah, he was hanging with Daniel Bryan to an extent with the strikes. Because Daniel Bryan was snug.
Yeah,
he was working snug, especially those kicks. Daniel Bryan kicked out of a skull-crushing finale. There's that spot where Daniel Bryan was kicking Miz in the on the apron, right by the ring post. Miz ducks the last yes kick. Daniel Bryan kicks the ring post.
Yeah.
Ow.
That was a snug shot too.
Yeah, man. Miz rolls him in, puts him to figure four. Daniel Bryan gets the ropes. Daniel Bryan has the upper hand, and gets sent. Miz does. Oh, Maurice was sitting ringside.
You forgot to mention that Daniel Bryan reversed the pressure on the figure four.
Oh, yeah,
they did this thing where
that's always a high spot.
They're in a figure four and they start slapping each other and stuff, and then Daniel Bryan reverses the pressure. And in that situation, Larson, the figure four, the pressure goes the other way.
Yes.
So Miz is now in pain.
Yes. How does that work, Steve?
I have no idea. It doesn't make a lick of sense.
No idea. No idea. So anyway, Maurice was sitting ringside. So the Miz is sent into the barricade in the area of Maurice. Maurice hands him something. We don't know at first. It turns out to be some brass knuckles. Daniel Bryan goes for a suicide dive. Miz punches him with the brass knuckles, rolls him back in the ring, pins Daniel Bryan, picks up the win.
Yep.
And later on, we have a bit in the trainer's room with Daniel Bryan where he's complaining, saying Miz was right. He always resorts to these same tactics. And Brie Bella comes in and says, well, you fought for your dreams, so keep fighting for your dreams or something. I don't know.
Like, look, woman, your cliches aren't going to help me now. I got to best that Miz.
Mm-hmm.
So, Miz Daniel Bryan Hell in a Cell?
No, they're not going to put Daniel Bryan in Hell in a Cell.
No. Man, they don't always have to do something on top of the cell or off the cell.
No, they're not.
Just because they're in Hell in a Cell doesn't mean they have to do
Well, I don't expect
crazy
AJ
stuff.
Styles to do a phenomenal form off the cell. He's not going to do that.
He could do that. Let me ask you this, though. If they put Jeff Hardy in Hell in a Cell?
Oh, he wants to do something off the Hell in a Cell.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm sure he does, especially the spot he unnecessarily took in his match against Nakamura. So anyways, Miz goes over like we expected. Once Daniel Bryan signs his new contract, he's going to beat the Miz at Hell in a Cell and probably whatever comes afterwards. And he's going to be in a title match at Mania. Daniel Bryan is.
Nobody in WWE, like after this match, seeing the performance that both these guys put in, they gotta. Hey, Daniel Bryan, what do you want? Just whatever you want. Let's just sign it now before you go home.
Yep.
Here, I have a part of your contract. Here is a blank piece of paper.
Just write whatever you want it. Just write in what you want.
Right on there. Right on there. Whatever you want. Right on there.
Whatever you want on there. If draw like a vault like Scrooge McDuck has and yourself swimming through money, if that's what you want, we'll give that to you.
You want to just start calling yourself Bryan Danielson again? That still confuses me.
American Dragon? Sure.
Sure, why not? Brie calls him Bryan on Total Bellas,
yeah,
right?
they broke kayfabe there.
They broke kayfabe. She comes on to kayfabe show and calls him Bryan, right? At that point, why wouldn't they just say, you know what? Because here's the thing. Not a big difference between Bryan Danielson and Daniel Bryan. Not a big difference. There's a son, S-O-N. That's it.
Well, they switched the names.
Yeah, and then it's backward names. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not that big of a leap in logic to just say, hey, just go back to Bryan Danielson.
American Dragon.
Or American Dragon, exactly. Anyways. Let's see here. Next up, we had Baron Corbin.
So he comes down to the ring. The lights go down, and you hear the thump, thump.
Yeah.
Red light. Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Demon Balor.
Demon Balor.
Unexpected Demon Balor.
And they generated a nebula
Above the ring.
Above the ring. So let me ask you something. You've never been a huge fan of Demon Balor. You've always preferred Man Balor.
Yeah, I'm a huge Man Balor fan.
Clarify.
I think he's like the coolest guy.
Please specify. Is there a color variation on Man Balor that you do prefer?
Oh, it's Gray Balor.
It is Gray
Well, he's
Balor.
the strongest in my estimation. I think of all. I'm trying to think of all his gear. Burgundy Balor is pretty cool.
Well, no. For me, it's Pewter.
Oh, that was great too. Yeah, sorry.
Pewter's.
I neglected to mention Pewter Balor.
So Pewter Balor is probably the best for me.
Yeah, my
for me
apologies. No, I can't.
Me personally.
I mean, in terms of power rankings, the strongest is Gray Balor, but in terms of aesthetics, yes, you're right.
Yeah, Pewter. Number 2. Did the Nebula move you at all on Demon Balor?
I mean, it was only for the viewers at home. It wasn't really there.
Are you sure about
No,
that?
he did not manifest.
Do we have
the
anybody
Nebula
there
or any
that-
sort of demonic portal above the ring?
I don't know, man.
You trying to tell me there was a giant dog levitating over the ramp when Roman Reigns came out?
I don't know. I wasn't there. Were you there? No, you were next to me.
First, I think we would have heard some word about this giant dog over the ring on Twitter, and also
They all sign NDAs, man.
you can't get 15,000 people to sign NDA when they come into the arena. It's impossible.
They have TV money.
And then also a dog that large is going to want to feast on some of that human flesh, right? We would have heard about that.
Feed him giant milk bones, Larson. Giant milk bones.
Oh, goodness.
Purina 100.
Anyway, this is a squash match.
Also, when Carmella came out, they had giant
Dollar signs. Yeah.
Why didn't she win that match? They put out giant dollar signs.
I don't know.
Yeah, for when Becky came out, they should have put giant L's.
Man.
Giant L's.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Oh, man.
She telegraphed the shit out of
Yeah,
it.
she did. Anyways, this is a squash match. It lasted a minute and a half.
Corbin was cracking me up because he was like, no, what is that?
I didn't sign up for this.
This wasn't in contract. And then he didn't get one shot off. This was
No,
a squash
bell
match.
rang, shotgun drop kick, sent Corbin into the corner. They went outside. Finn annihilated him out there, back in the ring.
Awesome.
Another drop kick. Coup de grace, match over.
Yeah. It's good, man. What did I say? Because some people was like, dude, he has to bring out the demon for freaking Corbin.
I said that too.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
Well, here's the thing.
He couldn't risk kayfabe. He couldn't risk losing to this lump.
No,
so
I
of
understand
course he
that.
busted it out.
But also, and granted, I may not be a huge fan of Demon Balor. It generates buzz for Finn, and I'm cool with that.
Yeah, man. It's like, oh, he's back.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he'll get into the big scene now. No, he's going to fight No Way Jose. Next, Daniel Bryan.
We already talked about that. Next, U.S. title match: Jeff Hardy versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Decent enough.
Why do you keep on saying decent? This is a good match.
good.
Yeah, man. I feel like you're down on this match.
Well,
Jeff
because
Hardy
after-
did some crazy shit.
Well, he did a crazy thing, but following Joe, AJ, and Daniel Bryan, Miz, this wasn't quite up to that standard. It was fine. It was good. If this was a SmackDown main event, I'd been very happy.
Yeah.
But in light of the previous 2 SmackDown matches, like, this is good.
All right.
It's good. I'm not trying to talk shit.
I'm giving full due credit
Good, but not excellent.
to Jeff Hardy. I thought he turned in a really, really good performance
Yeah, he
here.
did fine.
He was mocking Shinsuke at the start, doing the dancing stuff. I thought he did a pretty good dance imitation of Nakamura. And then, of course, he did that bit where he came off. What did he do again? It was the big spot of his.
It was the swanton off the top rope onto the apron, and Nakamura got out of the way. And so Hardy, who has a back injury,
Dude, yeah, I wonder why.
on the hardest part of the ring, whiffs on a swanton. Yeah, I don't know why he did that. Because earlier on, he hit a swanton, was slow to make the cover, and allowed Nakamura to grab the ropes to break up the pin.
You know what this reminds me of? But then there might be, like, Hardy might be sticking around.
Who,
like,
Matt or Jeff?
Jeff. Because, like, Orton came out at the end.
Yeah.
So, like, Nakamura went over with a Kinshasa.
Yeah.
And then Orton comes out and then decides not to.
Well, yeah, he walks down almost to the ring and
Yeah. Then he big leagues the ring.
turns
walks
around and
back.
walks away. Yeah.
Exactly. So I would imagine Jeff Hardy and Randall Orton.
It was announced for Hell in a Cell, man. Orton or Hardy. He talked about that on the new show on Friday. Spoiler alert.
Oh, yeah, but that's always card subject. Fuck, they're really doing that?
Yeah.
He's going to do Hell in a Cell? Well, not an actual Hell in a
No,
Cell.
they're not going to do a Hell in a Cell match for this. Bill's not strong enough.
Oh, my God.
Although, I don't know. Orton put his finger in Jeff Hardy's
That's
ear
a pretty
hole.
big build.
Yeah.
It's a pretty, and
That's
then he
pretty extreme.
washed his face off and said,
I erased you.
I erased you. That's
Yeah.
a pretty big build, man.
All right, sorry. I take that back. It might be in Hell in a
But
Cell.
then they had this match here. So that was weird. Why is Jeff Hardy doing these things, though? Stop doing that.
I don't know.
Dude, it's okay. We have, yeah, I know.
Your sternum just cracked.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Anyways, what would happen to us if we try to do that Jeff Hardy Swanton spot?
Thanos meme.
just
dither away.
We turn into dust.
Dither away. Yep.
Like that.
Exactly.
No impact. Just next, Alexa Bliss versus Ronda Rousey.
Natalya came out first. She was in Ronda's corner. She was wearing her dad's the jacket he wore.
Oh, this
at SummerSlam 90.
This broke my heart because she came out and like you could tell that, man,
She really wanted to cry.
she wanted to cry. All the people just like embracing her and like giving them all their love. Oh man, that was something else. So she looked great. I mean, she looked, in her dad's jacket and everything. Oh man. Anyways,
And the Bells were sitting ringside too.
gives a shit. This is another squash match.
From Raw, yeah.
Yeah, Ronda Rousey. So she punched, I think, Alexa Bliss a couple times. Alexa Bliss was going to leave.
Yeah.
And then Ronda was like, whoa, no. And she was trying to tell the ref to stop counting. And then she's like, no, here. Get back in. I will sit down cross-legged style, and I will close my eyes, and then you can just come behind me and do whatever you want to do. So she did that. Alexa Bliss very
put her in a headlock.
carefully gets in there, puts her in a headlock. Ronda Rousey just like,
stands up and throws her over her shoulder pretty much.
stands up and just wins the match.
A bunch of judo throws.
Violent judo throws.
Yeah, a couple of moves, and then started destroying her arm. Alexa Bliss has a double jointed thing in her elbow, so it looked like
that was an awesome spot.
We were pretty squeamish watching that.
Yeah.
Even before the armbar.
When Alexa won the championship, I remember everybody just understanding, okay, the reason why they did this, as opposed to like having her take it off Nia Jax, is because they can get exactly this visual that we saw tonight of that arm going in a direction that does not make logical sense. It was a great visual, used to perfect effect. Alexa Bliss taps out. Ronda Rousey, new Raw Women's Champion. Natalya got in the ring, gave her a hug. The Bellas got in the ring, gave her a hug. For some reason, I don't know why they're there. So, yeah. Good for Ronda Rousey. Also announced, by the way, Alexa Bliss versus Trish Stratus.
At Evolution, yeah.
Evolution.
That'll be good. That'll be interesting.
That'll be good. That'll be interesting. Next up.
Main event time.
Our main event.
Roman Reigns with Giant Dog waiting to feast on human flesh versus Brock Lesnar.
Why didn't Brock get it? What would Brock have?
Well, that'd be a beast. That'd be worse.
Yeah, but like
He'd
what?
annihilate the whole arena. Then demonic portal will unleash a beast and spit it out in the middle of the ring.
It was just, yeah, no, I don't know. They should have done. They should have just reran Carmella's
Maybe
money.
Gozer.
Gozer, yeah.
Because Roman's dog kind of like the Zool dog from Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Right?
So then we can finally figure out who would win
Yeah.
between Ghostbuster Dog and what was it, Zool?
Yeah. No, Gozer.
Gozer.
But the Gozer took the form of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Did Gozer have another form?
Well, that's what they had to choose because Zool said that they get to choose the form. And Bill Murray says, clear your mind.
Yeah.
And it was Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, this lady, the lady with
That's
the bubbles.
Zool.
That's Zool.
That's Zool, yeah.
All right.
And then Gozer the Gozerian.
Boy, she was creepy.
What the heck?
What is this?
That's creepy.
That's really.
What the heck? What is this?
I don't know.
All right, let's get back on
man.
task. Anyways,
I don't know.
I'll stop explaining Ghostbusters mythology. It's not what we're talking about right now. Anyways, right before the match is about to start, Braun comes down the ring, gets in the ring, grabs the mic, and says, "I'm not a coward. I'm gonna challenge whoever I'm going to face to face, man to man, essentially. And I was like, okay, cool, triple threat. And he goes, I'm gonna wrestle whoever wins this match. Seriously? So you're gonna let them compete?
It's the same thing that
I
you're saying.
know.
It's the same thing you're saying you're not doing.
It is.
You're doing it. Look, man, it's not that big of a leap in life, like, to understand that Braun has the briefcase. He can come down at the end of this match when we're all messed up. Like, does this paint Braun as just really stupid? He could have inserted himself in the match. And instead, he just got near the match.
And he says, I'm going to watch the match from ringside, and whoever wins, I'm going to cash in on.
This was silly.
Bell rings. Brock eats a bunch of Superman punches.
Yeah,
Eats
that
a
was
spear.
rad. I don't care. That was rad.
Eats another spear. Roman goes for a third spear. Brock catches it. Guillotine applied.
Yeah.
Roman spine busters him. Right back to it.
I'm sorry.
Another guillotine.
Let me rephrase. It was rad if it was going to be a Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar squash match. Because here's the thing. In that situation, it would have been Brock goes in at 4:00 for this meeting.
That's not kayfabe, though.
I don't care. It is for me. They come out saying, Brock, you got to draw. He's going to go to camp. We don't want to proceed with having you be a potential 2-time champion. 2-sport champion. So, just job big time to Roman, make him look great.
Well, also you can say
big squash.
Braun came out, threw Brock off. Mm-hmm. Brock has his attention focused on Braun. Bell rings, gets surprised, blah, blah. Sort of like the Goldberg match.
Yeah, I just love when
Brock... Well, Goldberg didn't really surprise him by anything. Well, it was an outside thing that surprised him, but nonetheless,
when Brock sells like he really means to sell, it is kind of fun to watch. Mm-hmm. Watching him all wobbly and the Goldberg match was so fun to watch.
Yeah, when he wants to bump, he can bump.
Yeah, and it's so goofy. He's like running around.
Yeah, when Brock gets taken by surprise, it's interesting.
It is interesting.
And they could have done something like that would have been believable, but instead, third spear attempt.
Because then you're thinking, oh man. So the real match here isn't Brock Roman, it's Roman Braun, which we know they've put on some fantastic matches, some really cool matches.
Get the squash match out of the way, Roman wins, and then give us 10 minutes of Roman Braun.
Because what did I say before, like in the predictions and all that kind of stuff, the lead up to this was, if they do something really kind of interesting to quash the crowd shitting on the match immediately, and that could have been a squash match, get Brock out of the way, and then you get Roman Braun, and people aren't going to shit on that because it's a brand new match with somebody they really, really love and some guy they want to crap on.
They wouldn't crap on until Roman invariably won.
True. However.
At which point they would. This feels like, all right, we're going to get this match in and done before we even realize what happens. Get out of here.
Yeah, they pulled a fast one on
I know. So we get this all this story in under 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Hightail it out of here. That's what it felt like. Anyways.
It did kind of feel that way.
So there was
confuse the people.
I know. Just throw a bunch of stuff at them and confuse the senses, and they won't know what to think.
Look, big barking dog up there.
I know, giant barking dog. It looks hungry. Anyways, the guillotine spot. Again, another guillotine, another spine buster. At one point, Roman goes for a spear. Brock sidesteps. So Roman essentially does a suicide dive out of the ring into Braun, takes Braun out.
Full speed, too.
Yeah. Brock picks up Braun, F5. Kind of gets rid of Reigns a little bit. Brock grabs the big briefcase, hits Braun a couple times with it, and then throws it up the ramp.
Impressive throw.
Yeah, all the way to the top of the ramp. Yeah. Gets a chair, destroys Braun with a chair, gets back in the ring kind of lackadaisically, eats a spear, wins.
Yeah.
Or sorry, Roman wins. He's your new Universal Champion.
Yeah.
And so we were like, all right, they were doing the replays. All right, Braun, come to. Let's have this cash in. Let's have our real main event. That'll be fun. And then the copyright thing popped at the bottom, the long shot. Roman celebrating. Braun coming to
crowd
near the barricade.
Wait, what? Is he gonna what? And then they're like looking at the trademark. There's a trademark.
No one gets a chance to boo.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a picture right there of Roman and Ronda with their new titles. Let's see here. Yeah. So, anyways, that's SummerSlam.
Some fun stuff, some confusing stuff,
So here's
a lot of short stuff.
You know, I'll be honest. Like, it didn't feel like much of a. It didn't feel like a slog.
Because it wasn't 5 hours. The main card was pretty much 4 hours on the dot.
That's a good length
I know.
for a card of this size, of
I
this
know.
magnitude.
I know.
They needed to, you know, it doesn't. Mania needs to be this. Mania needs to be this length, and you're good.
2 hour pre-show for our main card.
Yeah, that's perfect for a big four. That's
Mm-hmm.
perfect for a big four. Mm-hmm. Mania doesn't need to be.
I mean, all told, you get about 4.5 hours of wrestling.
Yeah,
Half-hour wrestling of the pre-show of the 2 hours.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Anyways, this has been a good review. I laughed. So, and thanks everybody for hanging out with us
Yes,
for
thank
the
you
live
very
stream.
much. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Anyways, that's it for show. Let's see if we can get some exit music here. Hilton, how you doing over there? You feeling okay? Yeah. Did you like it? Did you like the show?
Yeah.
You did?
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. You didn't.
No,
You didn't like it, or you didn't like
He
it?
didn't like. He's a huge Strowman fan.
Anyways,
Disappointed by that.
check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/Stephen Larson. Great way to support Going In Raw. Tell your friends about us and hit that subscribe button, people. Hit it right now. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.